Hello and welcome to Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars.
Hey guys, welcome back. Be sure to check out the show notes at the bottom of this recording because I usually have a lot of cute little tidbits along the way, and you also get to follow me on Instagram at Elizabeth Magical Garden. All the information will be down below.
Hello and welcome back to Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, welcome back to the podcast. I pray that all is well, and I pray that all is in great spirits. Things are going so fast that my head, I'm just like, it's spinning. But nonetheless, we are here, we are blessed, and we are fulfilled, honey. So today, I want to get right into today's topic. I am batching these episodes for you guys. Yes, indeedy, because listen, we're making sure we have these episodes for you guys, because I know we don't want her away. We do not need her away, but so long, right? So guys, I pray that all is well. How are you guys doing? As for me, I am doing my best to not only be consistent, but also to stay in love with the things that really holds near and dear to me, which is, of course, self-love. Because I just feel like love heals all. Like when we give ourselves love, we give ourselves mercy, we give others love, we're able to exude such positive energy in the world, all because we take a little time to do the things that will put a smile on our face. So let me go first. Okay. So I would say about like consistently, I'm gonna say 2 years ago. I mean, it's been longer, but I'm gonna say consistently, like not missing a week of doing something kind for myself. I'm gonna say a couple of years ago. And one of the reasons for that is I was turning 50. Well, I'm 51 now, but I was about to approach 50, and I just took like a real step back, and I was looking at my life, and I just got through one of the toughest times of my life, and I wanted to see how I got here. You know, I find that a lot of times when we hit a big roadblock or something traumatic happens in our lives, you know, it's just healthy to see where you could have did things different that maybe potentially wouldn't had allow you to be affected the way you find yourself to be affected. And for me, not taking the liberty to love on myself was one of the main things I believe that allowed me to suffer the way I was. So every Sunday, I do something kind for myself, whether it's resting, cooking a great meal. I love to, I'm old school. I love to make Sunday dinner. Like, even when I don't want to make Sunday dinner, I'm making sure Sunday dinner is there. Sometimes you got to just like order some food and, a good meal and set the table and call it a day, but it's still good food. You know what I mean? But I do find I do find cooking to be therapeutic. I just go into the zone of gratitude. First of all, the prices for these, the prices for these groceries. Hello? Can we eat? Why these? Can somebody tell me why these groceries are so expensive? Like, I'm trying to understand. Like, aren't we human beings? Aren't we not supposed to eat? I'm just trying to gather myself because the other day I went to the supermarket and I kid you not, I feel like I only had like 5 things. And I don't know how I got to $70. Probably even more. It depends. I don't even know which week it is because it seems like every time I go to the supermarket, okay, we're rounding off to the nearest 10. So it's very disturbing, and shout out to all the parents. I know I stay saying that, but listen, I too was I had a little one at one point. No longer. It has been a very long time since I had a little one. Thank you, God. But, shout out because I don't know how y'all doing it. It's the grace of God. It has to be. But anyway, with that being said, I like to take time to make and prepare a great meal for my house, because I feel like when you take time to do things like that, not only is it therapeutic, you're also, I just feel like it just brings you in a state of mind of just straight off gratitude, having the ability to have food on the table, having the ability to prepare the food, having the ability to have a roof to prepare the food. You understand what I'm saying? This is something that I never take lightly. I also do some I take time to like at least do a facial. Guys, I've been really doing the thing because I feel, especially because it's the cold month, listen, the skin is skinning. And I did find, which I'll do a whole episode on skincare. Listen, my skincare is very simple, but I do believe in having whatever works for you and using it consistently, because it's uncanny how when you do the same things over and over again, sometimes I feel like it's not to say that the product is not doing what it's supposed to do, but I feel like it's the consistent regiment that allows you to have healthy skin, if that makes any sense. And that's with anything, whether it's your hair, whether it's your skin, anything. Just giving love on yourself in that way will able you to have a healthier outlook in terms of your appearance. And for me, especially not only because we are in the winter months, which doesn't help because you got the heat and it just dries out your skin. Aging, because I kid you not, as you get older, just like anything else, your skin changes, and moisture is not something to play with. Of course, we have to drink more water, something that I am still working on, guys. I don't know what is it? What is it? What is it with the water? I don't understand, because I work out, right? I do the things that makes you thirsty. So I'm trying to understand why. But I do drink a lot of liquids. I do drink a lot of tea. I listen. I'm looking at the tea cup right as I record. I do drink a lot of tea, but I am always like struggling to guzzle down, a thing of water. So that's something that I'm still working on. I do eat fruit that has water in it, but having your go-to self care kit is very important, and that's something that I created for myself a couple of years ago, because if you're like me, you need easy. You don't need a lot of chachis. You don't need all these things that is going to make it a strain just to love on yourself. You know what I mean? Even like with the groceries, I kid you not, even with having breakfast, I am an oatmeal person. Yes, a loaded not a regular degla, not a regular oatmeal. You know what I mean? I'm one of them people. I love my blueberries. Oh, I'm so I love my blueberries. I love my nuts, personally shaved almonds. Shaved. I know they're making a killing off of me because I go through shaved almonds like no one's business. So shaved almonds, um, blueberries, and let me tell you, I have a secret. Okay, so this is all in a self-love kit, okay? Because breakfast is the most important part of the day. Although I do practice intermittent fasting, I usually have my first meal breakfast around, I'm going to say 11. Lately, because it's so cold, I have been allowing myself to, start maybe like around 10:30, sometimes 9:30, depends on what's going on. If I come in from a brisk walk, trust and believe, we're having breakfast, we're hungry. When it's cold, you need to nourish your body, and you tend to get hungrier because excuse me, you tend to get hungrier because your body is using even more fuel to stay warm. So I allow myself to do that because we don't want to get into a mindset where it's like, oh no, I could only do X, Y, and Z. Because if you're like me, that's how I'm very militant. And if I say I'm going to do something in this time and in this time only, to the detriment of myself, I would only do that. So I had to learn that flexibility is extremely important. And these are all factors of allowing yourself to have love. So I'm going to let you know, if you are a athlete in any way and you love oatmeal like I do, but you are struggling to implement more protein in your diet, you're welcome. You're welcome in advance, because I learned from this beautiful Russian young lady putting cottage cheese. And I know maybe you heard of it. I was perplexed when I first heard, but putting cottage cheese in your oatmeal changed to the point where changed the game for me, to the point that if I don't have cottage cheese in my oatmeal, it's not hitting the way I need it to hit. You know what I mean? So I don't cook the cottage cheese into the oatmeal. I usually prepare I prepare the oatmeal first, and once it's prepared, just like I add everything else, the shaved almonds, the blueberries, banana. Yes, banana. I usually put a healthy spoonful of cottage cheese in the middle, and then that's when I put everything else in there. And to add the pièce of resistance, I drizzle a little honey on that bad boy. Let me tell you something. I'm full for a while. And I think that's really important, especially if you are a person that is very athletic and you're always moving around. You want something that's going to stick to your ribs, especially in the winter months. I mean, any month, but that is something that you can definitely do. And not only are you full, you're getting a good serving of protein as well. You see what I'm saying? So doing things like that really changed the game. It helped me be a happier person because, when you're full longer, I mean, I have other things along with that oatmeal. I know I take a long span to eat, but when I'm sitting down to have my meal, trust and believe, I am I'm making up for time. I'm making up for time. I'm not a person that, eats all throughout the day. I like to sit down and have a real big hefty meal, and then I'll just let it burn out, and then I may have some fruit in the middle of the day. Other than that, this is what it is, right? But having your go-to for your self-care regimen, oh my God, will change your life, will change your entire life. I kid you not. Because you'd be surprised how little things like a meal, sitting down and giving yourself a facial, doing your nails, washing your hair, doing things that look like, oh, I'll do it next time or whatever. There is that young little girl, little boy in you that gets all warm and fuzzy inside when you take time to love on her or him. You know what I mean? We're not, even animals, like as I record these episodes, my fur baby, my I don't even want to say his name, my little baby Benji, that's his name, my dog, he's a little teacup Yorkie. I'm whispering because if he, listen, he has sonic ears. If he hears me, he's going to start going off. You probably heard him in the back anyway. But after I'm done recording these episodes, I'm going to take and give him all the love, all the TLC, because he's been such a good boy, and just give him his time. So if an animal needs that, my God, what about you? So taking time to have self-love is imperative. Not only when you give yourself self-love, you're able to be more creative. A lot of times people don't realize a lot of creators, they are more creative when they take time away for themselves. You ever read on anybody that you any artist for that matter that you really really love, do the due diligence, go and do some research on that person. I kid you not, what you will find is not that they are just toiling and creating all day. You will find most of the thing they're doing is self-love. They're probably getting massages, meditation classes. They're probably spending a lot of time with their family. It's like they're doing all these things that appear to be mundane before they even attempt to create the medium that you love so much, right? The thing that they are known for, because they take that time. They understand how important it is to give back to themselves, because if your cup is empty, you're no benefit, you're no good to anybody if your cup is empty. And I think it's so sad how we are not taught that. It's almost like, especially in, the Caribbean culture, I'm Haitian. So not to say like, it's like, oh, don't take care of yourself, take care of yourself. But it's almost like, oh, you don't got time for that. Do this, it's always like, that's like, what do you mean? And I understand. I don't want to say it's like a slave mentality, but if you really think about it, a lot of strong Black people, whether you are Caribbean or not, we come from a line of people that did not have the luxury of taking time to love on themselves. But with that being said, before we got snatched, okay, for lack of better words, there was a time where communities would actually sit together and do each other's hair. That was like a real ceremony. That, everything was a ceremony. Everything was tribal, where things were passed down to the next, because they knew the importance of doing these things, even down to, the way our hair needs to be taken care of, right? I know, including myself, okay, I mean, we natural right now, we we doing it. I feel so proud of myself, right? But that's a whole nother thing. And that was self-love. African American hair is different. It takes time. Just trying to get that comb pass. It takes a certain amount of time. You can't just go in all willy-nilly. I mean, some people can, you know, but for the people that is throwing it, you know what I mean? I'm not into the whole 4C. Da, da, da. I don't know what C's, listen, hair, thick, coarse hair, African American hair needs a lot of tender love and care. And with that was a lot of tribal understanding. They would pass down, this is what you do. They would teach the young girls how to braid their hair, how to maintain their hair. And I know that we live in a society where, for the most part, we just like put a stocking cap on and cover it up with somebody else's hair and call it a day. Trust me, been there, did that, just did that, and it's all good. But at the same token, we still got to love us. We still got to love what we got naturally, because God forbid, God forbid, all that is gone. Then what you looking like underneath here, and I'm not trying to poo-poo on anybody's parade, because I love a different look. I'm still here for a different look, but there is something to be said with taking care of you, falling back in love with you. I remember it was a time, this is years ago, that I wore, I'm going to say, because I was like, I had cut my hair. I was natural. Then I believe I cut my hair. I was natural. Then I relaxed my hair. Hated it. And because I hated it and it was cut and it was going, you know how it is when it's growing out and it's between that in between stage. It's just like, especially if you're not ready to shave it all off, which I have done too. But at that particular point, I didn't want to do that. I was wearing wigs for like, I'm going to say, I want to say at least 3 years straight. I mean, I don't even think I was really giving myself, I don't even think I was really at that time letting my hair breathe. Maybe like a weekend and I was in a house or something like that. But do you see the mindset? Like, I just was so consumed on the look. I wasn't, and I believed that was like, oh, me doing it. Like at the time, I believed that was me giving myself love and self-care. Meanwhile, my natural hair was the one who really needed the love. It wasn't until, I don't know what happened, but nothing really happened to my hair. I don't remember. It was so long ago, but I think, no, what happened was, I do remember, my hair started growing a lot. That is a good thing, because when you are not manipulating your hair tends to grow. So because I was wearing the wigs and the weaves, my hair was growing underneath. I was taking care of it, but I wasn't letting it breathe the way I was supposed to. You know what I mean? Anyway, it wasn't until my hair grew, because that's what it was. I was cutting my hair. I was cutting my hair, guys. Because I wanted the hair to sit down right. So I would cut my hair, my natural hair, because I was more smitten with the look. Anyway, I know. I digress. I got to a point where I stopped cutting my hair, and then it just got overwhelming, and I was forced to make a decision. So the decision for me, because I to this day I do my own hair. I was forced to having to maintain my hair, my natural hair, way more often, to the point where it was like, for a long, long time. And you guys already know I had locks and all. Like, what look didn't I have at this point? What look didn't I have? But I say this all to say that when I started maintaining my natural hair, I fell back in love with the regimen. I fell back in love with all the to-dos. I fell back in love with the things that was needed: the comb, the conditioner, the shampoos, the cap, so I could sit down and deep condition. I fell back in love with the process. Not so much because it is a lot of work. Yes, it is. But I fell in love with me taking care of me, if that makes any sense. You know, it's not so much of always running and having to just get it over with and then you look cute. Yes, you do. You know, we could all just go, well, those who can, because there's a lot of money. I'm not gonna hold you, but you know, and not everybody can do their own hair. I do understand that. You know, some people just can't, you know, they're just not able to wrap their hands around like how to do certain things, and they still want to look decent and feel good. I am not by any means saying that, you know, you're wrong if you have somebody else do that for you. But even in the shower, even just washing your own hair, even if you're not doing your hair, but you have to wash it, right? At one point, I think that falling in love with caring for yourself is extremely not only therapeutic, but it's also spiritual, you know. And this is why when certain things were passed down, you know, before all the other things, okay, started happening. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to. Okay, now, okay. We were taught. I remember, you know, especially when I was a young girl, I had a lot of hair. I had a lot of hair. I still have a lot of hair, but I'm talking about when I was a little girl and, you know, I was fresh. You know, I never cut my hair. I never did anything to my hair. So it was just a lot. I mean, I have it in a ballerina bun right now because, you know, I'm a ballerina. But well, you know, but all seriousness, it was a lot. My mother, God bless her, she really took the task very, very seriously, and she would teach me certain things. She showed me how to maintain, even if I wasn't doing my own hair yet. I seen the love that she poured into my hair. I seen the love. I seen the way the whole day. Like, I remember when I was a little girl and it was wash day, she would, you know, announce it, you know, like on a Friday or whatever day that was, the day before. She would say, okay, you know, Saturday we're going to wash your hair. And, you know, and I knew what that meant. Like, have your breakfast, do your chores. Like, you already know it's going to take some time. And just having, you know, just having those moments with her loving on my hair like that. And even if she was so tired, and a lot of times she was, you know, just having her take care of me like that. It almost, oh God, don't make me cry. Do not. We're not, that's what we're not going to do, because we already got natural bags. What we're not going to do is do that and then, you know, then the river. But it does bring so much joy. And I have so much, oh my God, I have so much gratitude to have had those experiences with my mom and her passed down what my grandmother passed down to her. You see how deep this goes. You know, I know they have commercialized everything. You know, even, you know, self-love is a thing. Listen, like I said, we live in a capitalist country. I'm not surprised that they make money. It's money on the table. Why leave it on the table, right? So of course they're going to, you know, they created a lot of things around this topic, which can be beneficial, but I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be a lot of money. It doesn't have to be a lot. The other day I used this facial that I came across, because I'm a type of person, whether I go high or low. Okay. I'm not one of them people that only have to use like, oh, Dior or this, that, and a third, this, that. Like, certain things are staples for me, but I'm also willing, depending on the ingredients, to try other things, you know? So anyway, don't sleep on the Dollar Tree. Okay. If you are tight, okay, right now, and the pockets is not, you know, expanding but so much, but you want to create a little kit for yourself on the weekend, I kid you not, the Dollar Tree definitely has your back. I used this little, it was like a cup of, it was a jelly facial, And I remember it was 3 in 1. I believe I gave one to my son, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I used this one. It was more like citrus, and it was like it had a gold hue. And I cleansed my face, and then I came across this. So I was like, let me try this. So while I was sitting there lathering this thing on my face, well, maybe lathering is not a good word because it didn't turn into bubbles. It was just a lot of it, because I used that whole cup. I was like, I'm gonna get all of it, and I didn't want to leave it for later because Dollar Tree. No offense, but I don't know. So I sat there and I put on a little soft jazz, right? And I just sat and applied it to my face. And, it felt so good. It was cool. It was soothing. I put some on my neck because, we can't forget the neck, right? And I just allowed myself to have like a little spa moment. I remember my little Yorkie was like, of course, reaching for my attention. But just taking that little bit of time for yourself, you remind yourself that you count for something. Even if you don't feel like you do, you do. The fact that you are breathing, the fact that you woke up today, the fact that God, the Creator, seen it fit for you to enter the body that you see yourself in, regardless of how you feel, that is powerful. It is your responsibility to take time to remind yourself how important you are. So I'll leave you with that. So the next time, what is it? Well, right now I'm batching some episodes, but this episode goes live every single Thursday, my episode. So be sure to check that out. Shameless plug. But on the weekends, put it in your calendar. Set your phone as an alarm to remind you to get the things. Make it a task leading up to the day where you can get a certain amount of things. It could be a nice, maybe a favorite tea that you have never tried before. A facial. You could get those from those little packets from Sephora. They use, how much are they? They might be like $5 or $6. I don't know. But all I'm saying, or you could just go to the Dollar Tree. What I'm saying is, or you could go to also, wait a minute, you could also go to the supermarket. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Because you can use lemon, sugar, and honey. Okay? To exfoliate your face. And I'm not going to hold you. I honestly, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I know I just rant about this particular facial that I just did, but there's something to be said about the natural order of things. These things, for me, I don't care how much money I spent on another item. These natural things are always running top tier for me. So there's no reason why you can't give yourself a little bit of love, guys. Ooh, this is cozy. Guys, be sure to check out all the links down below where you would find this full episode on Elizabeth Magical Garden podcast. Yes, where you can see my lovely face. Also, be sure to check out the link down below where you can peruse my website. All things that I create resides on there as well as upcoming goodies. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Guys, stay in love, stay in peace, and stay empowered. Peace. Hey guys, leave a comment, a review, preferably 5 stars. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram because what is popping over there? And also check out my YouTube channel to stay connected and see your girl's lovely face. Guys, I love you so much. Keep on pushing, and I'll definitely speak to you soon. Be blessed.